everybody. Thank you so much for listening. This is season 4 of Off Your Flosser podcast. Go to your social media and find us. Like, subscribe, follow. We're out there everywhere.
And you can also find us on offyourflosser.com. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Carlos.
And I'm Sandy Lee.
And you can go.
Yeah.
Right.
Ashley, you look good.
Hey man,
You're like-
Zoom has this filter called Touch Up My Appearance.
Oh, where's that for me?
Yeah, I need 2 of those.
Yes. So I throw on a little bit of makeup real quick. I use that filter on everything and I always look
my
like I'm
gosh.
ready to show up. So
How do you do that? I want one.
you go, it's under go to like the Zoom in the top on a Mac, it's zoom.us and it's under preferences.
Huh.
I'd have to mess around with it, I think.
Yeah.
I'll
'Cause I
send you
don't
the
see
steps.
anything.
I'll make you a little tutorial.
Oh, you're awesome.
Thank you.
And speaking of being awesome, let's welcome Ashley
Yes.
to the podcast. And this is episode 173.
Sounds good.
Prime, not prime. What are we thinking?
Probably not. I don't know.
I'm thinking no, because 7's not prime, 3's not prime. I don't know. Ashley, what's your guess? Prime, not prime.
I like to go prime.
All right, Carlos,
All right.
can you figure that out? Because
We'll
watch
prime it
me
up.
mess up my phone if I try to Google it.
Yeah, you don't touch anything, Sandy. You just leave it alone.
Hands off.
All right. So, who do we have here, and what are we doing? What's going on?
So, Ashley, if you want to give a quick intro of who you are, the role that you play on this awesome company, and then we'll get into a little bit more detail about that company, and then we're going to get into our TMI round. So give us a quick little intro.
Before we start, 173 is a prime number.
No, 173.
173 is a prime number.
I thought you said
Right.
137. Dang.
That was
No,
still be
no,
prime.
Dyslexia Jones. No, I did not say 137. And this is the one half of the secret that we've been talking about, the plans that we've been
Yes.
working on.
Yes.
The fabulous OnDiem
Mhm.
company, and then which we had a lot. We'll talk about it. The trip that I took up to Chicago for your launch party, and
Yes.
all the madness that ensued. But first, please give us a rundown on what OnDiem's all about.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys. First, thank you for having me here. I'm so
Oh,
excited
yeah.
to be able to jump on here. I am Ashley Bierbauer. I work at OnDiem, and we are an on-demand staffing platform nationwide, helping dental professionals find compliant work, permanent, temporary, with local dental practices.
Mhm.
So my title is I am the programs manager, and I touch a little bit of everything within our company. I'm responsible for the setup and execution of new programs, which is,
That sounds really official and everything.
it is. I mean, it sounds really official, but ask me to like really give you like the bullet points of my job, and I could not tell you.
Right.
Because it's
Yes.
everything.
Because it's
Yes,
a lot.
exactly. Give us a quick little thing, because we want to have Joe on here at some point. But can you give us the very, very quick version of how OnDiem started, got to be in existence? While my cat is listening, because she wanted to hear this too.
Absolutely. So kind of the birth story, if you will, of OnDiem is our CEO, Joe. His background was in sales and growing and scaling companies, and he wanted something different. Growing up, his mom worked in healthcare, so he understood what that was like. And he wanted to go into mobile dentistry. And he was doing all of his financials and forecasting, and he realized all of his numbers were off. And why were his numbers off? Because dental professionals might be labeled a full-time worker, but they're working at multiple practices, not receiving all the full benefits of a full-time worker.
Yes.
And so they're trying to make up a full-time. And so when he saw that, he knew that there was a need and there was no solution. And so Joe, being our amazing visionary of a leader, he went to work to create the solution. And from that, OnDiem came to be.
That's an amazing story. And at the launch party, he gave a quick little intro similar to that, talking about his mom and things like that. So when we met Joe at the dental festival, you guys seemed like super chill, fun, easy to talk to, like down to earth, that type of thing. And that was the first like, what can we do to hang out with you guys more? And so we're really happy that this is going the way it's going. Yeah. But just his story, the passion to help others, like hygienists, they piecework a full-time job together. And that's how most dental offices, it's getting better, but most dental offices don't have to or have the ability to offer those benefits. So there's some dentists that they totally would if they could, but because they're a small business, it's very difficult for them. So the fact that this company and you guys are doing this for us hygienists, it's amazing. So thank you. Thank you for that.
We love it. It's Joe's passion, and it's what drives the rest of us at OnDiem as a team to come in every day and pour our hearts and souls into what we're doing.
Yes. Where are you from? Because I hear a little something in the.
So I live in central Pennsylvania. I was born in South Carolina. My parents were Navy, been everywhere. I have a very bad personal habit of, if I hear an accent in somebody else's voice,
yes,
pick it up and mimic it. So that might be what you're hearing.
I love it. Carlos,
I do something similar.
We do some dialects, if you will, from other regions.
Yeah, not very well, but we do them.
I have a personal old school friend that lives outside of London, and she and I will get on the phone, and by the time I get off, my husband's looking at me like, I'm sorry, where do you live? Where are you from?
Who are you?
Not England.
Love it. I love it. Would you like a spot of tea? So when we were talking about, we were doing Bridgerton, we were talking about Bridgerton one time, and I started, I know, right? So we were talking and I was like, break out the old English accent, and Carlos's version is the like prim and proper ish. Mine's the back alley hooker from Britain, British accent. It's kind of like My Fair Lady in the beginning, and then My Fair Lady at the end is Carlos.
Like
I was like,
you can picture Sandy wearing socks that are on her hands. You know what I mean?
Carlos, can I hear this British accent? Like,
go ahead, buddy.
I see now you put me on the spot. And
you can't do it on the spot.
You amped it all up. And I think, I don't know, were we doing it this weekend? We're going, let me get 2 bottles of,
bottles.
It's either they enunciate every letter or they get lazy with it. And we're like, they get 2 bottles, and so I don't know. I don't know when it's appropriate to switch, but I remember when you were talking about just a second ago about temping and how tough it is. My first job, I couldn't land a full-time position in
you're a guy.
96 because I think it was, and I'm not a victim or anything, but part of it had to do with because my name is Carlos Rodriguez and I'm a dental hygienist. Hey, nice to meet you, and it doesn't even sound legit. You know what I mean? Even though I have a name tag with that says that, it doesn't
it's official if you got a name tag.
And I had a hard time in Philly getting a job. And one of our instructors brought in a lady from a staffing agency, Dental Power. I don't know if they're still in business, but this was in Philly in the late 90s. And so I reached out and she's like, hey, if you want to work, dude, I'll put you to work. So I was driving all over Philadelphia, and Philadelphia's
a nightmare.
Yeah, it's the streets are real narrow. They're designed for one horse, and it was a lot of the stuff was downtown. But
I need to get with the times. Jeez.
So I remember, having a hard time temping, and then at the end of the year, collecting all the tax information, and having to pay, and just confusion abounds. And a lot of stress, and had a little kid, a baby at the time. So I can see where your company is the answer to a lot of these questions and concerns. Some people want to temp, but they just don't want to deal with all the hassle, all the paperwork.
Yes.
So go ahead. I was gonna say I could share a personal story. I mean, it's not me, but my mom is a dental hygienist,
and we're friends with her, and we know that you two were, family, because we were like, hey, we met this cool chick named Ash. She's like, well, that's my daughter. We were like, what? And so at the last festival, remember when
I know we went into there saying, listen, we're not going to tell anybody. Like, nobody will know. Like, you're Sue Jeffries. I'm Ashley Bierbauer. We are our own two people. Every time we introduced to somebody, I was like, oh my God, do you know my mom, Sue? Isn't she incredible? I couldn't help myself.
And she is incredible. And it was just, it's just a pleasure, having to inadvertently run into you and liking you on your own merits. And then to find out that you're an offspring of an old friend of ours is a good thing. So I'm sorry, but please give me your example. What were you?
Personal story.
Yeah, talking about temping. So my mom went through a rough patch, and she was living with me for a while, and she was temping locally to me to try and just income. And she wasn't working through OnDiem. She was just kind of doing it on her own, word of mouth kind of thing. And I remember sitting there watching her. She would wait for the paychecks. Paychecks wouldn't come in. She's calling up the practices going, you promised me I would get a paycheck last week. It's not here. Like, I need the funds, and then tax season, she's waiting on each one of those individual, hopefully not a 1099.
Right.
Or the W-2, because every practice was its own tax form.
Yeah.
OnDiem, at the end of the year, anybody you temp at through us is all consolidated onto one form, and we guarantee your weekly payroll. So
that I get a check every week or deposit or whatever.
Yeah, right? We do direct deposit every week for any shifts that you work the previous week. We do all the employer paid taxes, all the withholdings that are required. And at the end of the year, anywhere you worked is consolidated into one single W-2.
So if I'm in one state, I'm in North Dakota, right? I moved to California, and then I moved again to New York. At the end of the year, all that comes out of one. But no, I'm just saying, people move.
I'm gonna say, like, get it together, settle down, buddy.
I don't know what's going on in North Dakota. Have
people who hold multiple licenses, and they'll temp in one state for a while. They'll temp in another state if they're close to a border. They, winter in the South, and they temp. And so we do it all, and it all goes on tax form.
Boom, there you go.
Let me run through some of the typical problems that hygienists who temp, fairly often run into. And then you tell me, you can say OnDiem solves that.
Love it.
That's going to be your response.
Okay.
So the first one, 1099.
OnDiem solves that.
What about pieceworking a full-time schedule together?
OnDiem solves that.
What about medical insurance because they don't have a full-time job?
OnDiem solves that.
What the?
Gluten-free snacks in the lunchroom?
Well, that depends on the practice. So I suggest if they don't provide snacks, you don't go back.
That's an on your situation.
Put that on your profile. Must have snacks.
Must have snacks.
Yeah.
We actually have some practices that say, listen, we've got donuts in the morning, or we provide whatever food. We tell them literally anything that will make a hygienist want to come in that day, you need to put it in the job description. So
that's awesome.
We got Diet Coke in the fridge, all you can drink or whatever,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, the perks of the job. Okay. So how about workman's comp? Say they get their hand stuck in the ultrasonic and it jiggles off their finger. I don't know.
OnDiem solves that.
What about, so we talked about 1090. Oh, what about having to call several offices or post constantly on Facebook? I'm available on Mondays. I'm available on Fridays. That kind of thing.
We solve that too.
Damn. I'm trying to stump you. Do you give bonuses?
Yes.
What the?
So
all right, now I think you solve all the problems. I take
time off as well because we provide that.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
I was gonna go. I worked 30 days at OnDiem, throughout the year. Is there any extra bonuses and there's PTO, right?
Yeah.
So,
how does that work if you don't mind?
Yeah,
I would love to tell you about paid time off. So the way that it works is when you work at a shift, you work X number of hours, right? And we calculate that. And we also calculate the rate at which you are paid for that shift, right? Because depending on what practice you go to, you might be making a couple bucks more, a couple bucks less. So we take all the hours, and when you reach 24 hours of, time worked, you get 1 hour PTO. And then we do an aggregate of all the rates that you worked. So it's not a stagnant rate where we say, hey, nationally, we're paying out $45 per hour, and that's what you get. It's that average of the rates that you've worked at the different practices.
Okay.
And that's what we pay you out at. So we pay you out at the rate that you actually earn and work for.
Damn.
And it's like Venmo. So you can see it in your OnDiem profile. It'll tell you how many hours you are away, the number of hours you've accrued. You can hit the cash out button, and we tack it onto your next week's pay cycle as a cash bonus.
Awesome. And Carlos, we have a link now. So Carlos is going to put that down below on the YouTube video and in the show notes of all of our podcasts in, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, whatever. So you guys can click on that, start your profile, and you basically, I can't imagine making my own schedule too, because if you don't want to temp one week, you just don't temp that week. But because you can get PTO, you might get paid for part of that little vacation that you're taking, which I think is amazing.
No,
Absolutely.
The way I envision it is, let's say you do a couple days a month all year long, cash out November 30th, boom, a little bit extra cheese in your pocket for Christmas or whatever you celebrate around the holidays, and you know, get that iPad or whatever,
or just put money in your pocket.
Some buckskin moccasins. That's always a nice present.
That's how we designed it, was for flexibility for you guys to be able to determine what's important to you, what you need in your life right now. And you use that money to either go on vacation or Christmas shopping or take your family out to eat. Go buy yourself a pair of expensive high heels. We don't really
extra payment on the Bronco Sport.
Oh,
some wireless microphones that I'm looking at.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Let's say I don't want to work at for Dr. Anyone. Can I work for can I make my own, be my own person, my own hygienist, and just temp and just be, I could just fill out my schedule with whatever you guys are doing, right? I don't
and we
have to work at a place. This could be the place that I work at. If that makes sense.
Like,
why did it work?
I like that.
We would be your employer, and it would be up to you. You can go to our platform. It's kind of like Uber, where you can put in your zip code. You see all the jobs that are available, the dates, where they're located, what the rate is, and you build out your schedule. And if there's a practice you love, you can go back as many times as if you want. If there's a practice you don't love, you're not required to work there. We really put the power in your hands, so you're in control of your career.
Hey, here's devil's advocate. What's the upside for the dentist?
The upside for the dentist.
Yeah.
So for them, we are fully flex staffing model for them. So without them having the burden of hiring on additional staff, like let's say around the Christmas time, holidays, the summer vacation, when there's a large influx of patients, they can hire a temp through us, fill those columns, fill those dark days of, the unexpected. Their hygienist calls in sick, their dental assistant broke down on the side of the road, is not going to make it in that day, what have you. They can come onto our platform. They can see all the hygienists or dental assistants or office staff, whatever they're looking for, on our platform. They post their job and they can reach out, offer the job to a professional. They can say, yeah, this is great, I'll be there, or no, sorry, for whatever reason, and not be there.
Because I know that a lot of the times the hygienist has to find her own temp, his or her,
or his own.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
Their
or the office manager, the boss, whoever has to call so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so until they find somebody that can come in. So this is a one-stop shop for that.
Yep.
But let's say, for example, they have a whole that they have to fill in their full-time staff. So say I straight up bounce from my job and Jill is OnDiem and she goes in and fills in and they jive really well.
Yep.
Is this like also like a hiring agency type situation, or do they have to just do temp?
No, so we do both. And actually, when you create your profile, we ask you up front, what kind of work are you looking for? Do you want permanent jobs? Do you want temporary jobs? Do you want both? And so the way that it works is a temp, or a professional, I hate calling them temps, and sometimes it just gets stuck in my in my
I think that's how
verbiage.
people know it, so I think it's acceptable.
Yeah. So the only stipulation that we put on, because we do not tell them how many shifts they have to work, like there's no caps like that. The only thing we say is, hey, if you found this practice and created this relationship through us, then you need to maintain that relationship through us. You can't just like go off the platform and, coordinate your own schedules.
Right.
However, if the practice loves you, they have an opening, they want to bring you on full time, we do have temp to perm options. And what those options are based on how the practice signed up, whether they're on a standard plan, an enterprise plan, that kind of thing. But it is super reasonable to hire one of our temp.
I think that's awesome. I think it's professional. Yeah.
Is it just hygienists, or what other positions do you guys fill?
Dental assistants, office staffs, and we are looking at bringing dentists back into the platform.
Oh, that's good, because I know like a practice like mine, we have multiple doctors, and if somebody's out, it's nice to be able to fill that spot rather than scrambling last second to reschedule all the patients. And we work 10-hour days, so it's not just bam 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 a few. It's like, sometimes it can be 23 30 patients with all the exams and everything. So finding somebody to hop in and help is way better than canceling the whole day for some office.
Absolutely. And that's a ton of production loss that, ultimately hurts the bottom line of the practice. So
yes,
such a way back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's an awesome intro to OnDiem and what you guys are doing. I know there's a lot of passion behind it. The party that we went to Friday night was very passionate. The music was thumping. I had to take a little nap on the way home yesterday. Yesterday. John drove home, and I was like curled up like as Carlos says, a little baby bird.
Were you catching flies?
What's that?
Were you catching flies? Do you know what that is?
No.
Sleeping with your mouth open?
Oh my gosh.
With your mouth open?
I usually don't, but yeah, that's I'd rather not.
I don't know. I posted a picture, and I probably shouldn't even say this publicly. I took a picture of a lady, a young woman who fell asleep on the seat next to me, contorted with her mouth facing like a baby bird, just straight up. And I go, dude, if I fell asleep like that, they'd have to get the fire department on the airplane to get me off. Because anyway.
I was gonna say, that's the only plus side to having to wear masks on the airplane now is when I go to sleep, I'm like, nobody's gonna be staring at me with my mouth hanging open.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's true.
It's been a boon to ugly people too. So, just do your eyes and everybody looks the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You save a ton on makeup. All you got to do is a little mascara, little eyeshadow.
That party was a lot of fun though. Our buddy Elijah was there. We drove up.
DJ Smiles
in Atlanta, and we stopped in Nashville.
What'd you drive up in Carlos?
This tour bus thing that was wrapped with this OnDiem thing. I drove my car to the Atlanta airport, and we were meeting down near the airport. And the Uber guy goes, where are you going? I go, you see that big white bus? Yeah, that's where I'm going. He goes, okay. And we made it to Nashville, no problems. Nashville to Chicago, not problems, but concerns.
Snow.
A little bit of ice, tractor trailers, and it was a lot of fun. And the team, we all got real close. We're munching on the thing. It was ridiculous, but it was an experience, and you guys put on a hell of a party, and Elijah killed it, and he did fantastic, got everybody there safely, and it was just an experience. Sandy came in from St. Louis.
Yeah.
We had a little
5.5 hours, I think.
A little speed bump, getting her into the party.
Yeah, but it's all good. Joe came down and made stuff happen.
Stories though that you have later on that you get to go back and say, "Oh my gosh, do you guys remember when we threw our first party and Sandy couldn't get in?" And
no, you guys killed it. And the bacon wrapped scallops. That's all I'm gonna say. Sandy, huh?
Damn. And the spring rolls. Oof.
Say again.
I will take credit for the bacon wrapped scallops. Those were a last minute add-on. The party just blew up, and it sold out so quickly.
Yeah. Wow.
And we're sitting there, Elijah and I are like, oh my gosh, like, what do we do? Like, how many, like, how long do we keep this open for? When do we start telling people like, no, man, I'm sorry. Like, you just can't come. How much food do we have? How much alcohol is there?
Yes.
And so last minute I did
enough. That's all I'm going to say. There was enough alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John had a good time. He was drinking bourbon and water and just, I mean, he's not a dancer. He's not, big on, he doesn't talk a whole lot. He's pretty quiet, but I can tell he enjoyed meeting so many people. So yeah, big thank you for having us up. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, no, John was all, and it was good for me to see him too, because I had to thank him for sharing you so we can do this nonsense. And so
horrible.
it was, we had a great time, But and Ashley, it's always a pleasure seeing you. I don't know, you look super professional in your little
OnDiem shirt,
jacket.
yes.
And
you're talking about, you were looking good.
Joe's always in. Well, first of all, I want to thank both of you for taking the time and making the trip up. I mean, Carlos, I know that last leg of the ride was a little sketchy, a little knuckly, Sandy, but like, we are just so grateful to have people like you come alongside us who are willing to do things like that, to show up and come out and support us. And we love you guys and your energy and everything you stand for. Like, I wish I could like just come through the screen and like hug you again.
Group hug. But you guys support us. And so, I mean, and from the first time we met, and the idea just seemed like a legit thing. And
it was
I had
amazing.
a little bit of a hard time, over the years as a hygienist. So hopefully this eliminates that as a problem. Life is always going to throw complexities at you. This is one less thing to worry about, and it's done and executed in a professional, great manner. So please check out OnDiem. And well, for me, one last question: what does OnDiem mean? Anything?
Yes, it does.
Mean anything?
This is one of Joe's favorite. He is so proud of this. So OnDiem is the combination of on-demand. So like on-demand staffing, per diem, which is known in the healthcare industry as temp work, and carpe diem, the idea of seizing the day, seizing the opportunity, just living presently in the moment. So OnDiem is the combo of on-demand, per diem, carpe diem.
So I have one more question also. I gotta, one up Carlos or something,
Bring it home.
So
bring it home.
for a hygienist to start their profile and start working, how much does it cost them?
Not a penny.
Damn.
It will do not charge them at all.
Where's the downside?
No obligation. They could just sign up and just have it on standby and just be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
they can also
upload their profile to like not available to work if they don't want to show up in the search bar and they don't want to receive incoming job requests. So we try to think of it all, but if we miss something, my gosh, our biggest product changes, updates, features, releases, all of it come from feedback from our users.
Okay. So so we have our link and we want people to sign up to like seize this amazing opportunity. But is there any other way that they can be a little more involved, not just like with temp work and that sort of thing?
Oh, I think I know what you're asking about. A brand new program that we just kicked off, and it is our brand ambassador program. And yes, and it's an additional way for our professionals who want to earn extra income, who love temping, who want more opportunities, want to share the world, help empower and uplift their colleagues. They create an OnDiem profile. They get access to the brand ambassador program, and then they get a shareable link that we will then pay them a commission. If they refer a practice to us, we will pay them commissions if they refer another hygienist to us. And so this is just the beginning, phase 1 launch. We have so many exciting incentives planned for this.
That's awesome.
So
where can we see you guys again at another big dental conference coming up soon? I think I might be there.
Where you gonna be?
You'll be in the ATL at Hinman.
Oh dang!
Around the corner, son.
Do I need to come down there?
Yes, you do, Sandy. We will be throwing another launch party. And because the first one that we did sold out so quickly, and we unfortunately had to stop allowing people into the event, we are at least doubling the capacity, the guest.
Wow. What's the date of that?
I believe, is it this March 17th? I think details to come soon.
Okay, good. I'm hoping it's like another Friday evening or Saturday.
I believe it's Friday.
Where's it gonna be held?
Fly down, fly back.
I heard the Tabernacle. Is that right?
I'm looking to get my hands on the contract this week to get it
Sweet.
signed.
You know,
and
I saw
featured.
Dave Chappelle there twice.
Did you really?
Hey.
Yeah, it's a iconic spot.
Oh,
That's
Wooden
awesome.
stairs. It's like a legit performance center. Yeah,
Oof.
balconies and stuff. And yeah,
I guess I'll have to fly down. I mean,
Amazing
and I'll totally do
acoustics.
that. I don't care.
it's
I'll do
it's a
it.
legit spot. And I took
I'll
my
do it.
daughter when she was a teenager to a ton of concerts there, like
oh.
Go or Dago. I don't know, some pretty young boys. You know, that
Diego.
were- the
Like-
band that had the treadmills
just
and they were
kidding, I don't
walking
know.
along the treadmills. Okay, Go.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
Go. Is that a band?
yes. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of
Yeah.
all pretty boys. And so I'm standing there to see a teenage girl. It's like, oh my God. But they're all jumping around and bouncing. It was,
Oh
it was
my gosh.
dizzying. But you know, you do what you got to do. But yeah.
So we promised you as being for being a guest and letting us grill you on this new endeavor, which I will say over and over again how awesome it is for hygienists in particular. We always do a speed round of questions. They are random questions. They're totally your personal opinions. So it's not like you have to get a calculator or an
don't
encyclopedia.
overthink it.
Anyway.
I think I'm as prepared as I'm going to be.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
There is
okay.
no.
So these are super easy. They're gonna get harder as we go along though.
okay,
You
all
ready?
right. Hit me
You
with
ready?
it.
Ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
Question number 1. Favorite hot beverage?
Chai tea.
Chai tea. Ooh, I like the vanilla chai tea. It's very, very good. Carlos, are you a
Coffee.
tea? Are you a high tea drinker?
No. I'm an American coffee type of dude.
I do like
yeah.
my coffee too.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Favorite genie?
Favorite what?
Genie in a
Like
bottle.
ice cream, Christina Aguilera. Right?
I mean, I guess she counts. She said she's a genie in a bottle, baby.
She had that song.
Come on and let her out.
Exactly.
All right.
Or
Next
can it
one.
be Aladdin? Can I change it to the
You
genie
can
from
totally
Aladdin?
say Aladdin. So are you
Okay.
gonna say animated Aladdin or the
Live
the
action.
real
Animated.
time?
And I was born in the 80s. So
Robin Williams.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
He voiced
Love
that
it.
one. Yeah.
Love
Rest
it.
in peace, Robin.
yes. Oh, and I'm wearing my suicide prevention t-shirt today, so
Wow.
that's fitting. Okay, next question. Would you rather be feared or loved?
loved.
Okay, I was expecting a different answer, but
That's you because you're a mercenary. You know what I mean?
no.
So-
So it's a quote from The Office where they asked Michael Scott, would you rather be feared or loved? And he said, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
So I live in Pennsylvania. The office
What?
is filmed in
Oh,
Scranton, and I
Scranton.
am like not in. Like I've only watched like random episodes
What?
of The Office. Like I can't quote it, and I can't tell you episodes. I just know.
It's funny, but Sandy is a nut about it. So
You just wait until I get my podcast studio decked out. It's gonna be so we were about a mile away from the Office experience in Chicago, and you don't even know how much I wanted to go, but John's not into that, so I wasn't gonna subject him to that. But my little sister, her name is also Ashley.
Okay.
Beautiful name. I think we're gonna take a road trip and go see the Office experience. So I think I know everything I need to know about you. Time to go. Thank you for being here. No, I'm just kidding.
thanks for playing along.
Thanks
Okay,
for
listen,
playing
I
along.
leave it up to you. I vow to now watch The Office. Okay.
Okay.
For
That'll
you,
work.
Sandy, I will do it.
Okay. Okay, next question. Favorite TV show?
Oh, it's either Schitt's Creek or Shameless.
Okay, I've not seen Shameless, but Schitt's Creek makes me laugh, so it's a winner.
If you like Schitt's
Um,
Creek, you would like Shameless.
Oh, is it the same type of humor and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I
I'll
gotta
have to
check
get
those
into it.
out. They sound
Yeah, and
funny.
considering we were just in Chicago, Shameless is based South Side
Oh.
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So
Dang, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll have to get on it. Man, I don't watch Sunny. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia either. Do you watch that?
no.
It's
I've
supposed to be
seen
funny.
it and it's
easy humor.
crazy weird. Yeah, but funny. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what is your favorite guilty pleasure?
Oh.
Safe for TV. No. Safe for work.
For work. Oh, that's really hard. It's either wine or shopping because I can rack up a credit card bill. But
What kind of wine? Are you a sweet girl, dry girl? What's the little bit of everything?
Ratios.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it so much. I got a wine subscription as my Christmas present, along with like a fancy wine aerator. So coming out of Christmas, I had 9 bottles of wine to drink, and there's not many of them left.
Somebody's got to do it, though.
I mean, 2 months, 9 bottles. That is not that terrible. I mean,
no. Well, I was trying to do dryuary for either January or February. Pick one.
And
I failed.
Let's have fun, you Mary. That sounds good.
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Now we're getting into some little more tactical questions. Biggest pet peeve?
Oh, being talked over.
What did you say? Carlos, no, start talking really quick while Ashley's talking. Like that kind of talk over?
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Are you
no,
sure?
actually, when I was...
Are you sure? Now I'm getting a little angry, Sandy.
Okay. Okay. I will make a note of that. So here we go.
Okay.
Biggest life regret. This can be serious because we get a little serious, a little
life regret.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go back and change anything, but if I could, there's like a couple things that I would be like, yeah, I'd probably change that.
I wish I didn't kill so and so.
Yes.
Like big moments in life, I feel like if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, that's
there's probably like 101 things that if I could go back, that like I wish I wouldn't have said.
Yeah.
To somebody.
Yeah.
And I have this tendency to kind of say what I'm thinking when I'm thinking it without assessing the people that are around when I say what I'm.
Yes.
So it would be a lot of those.
Yes. Yes. I get that. I get that.
So did you inadvertently upset someone or hurt their feelings, or it came out and you didn't mean, you know what I'm saying? The context was taken out of it.
I was just going to ask you that one and move on.
No. I'm just saying, we can explore this a little bit because, I think
let's get Ashley into trouble
I would go
now.
back to 101 different things and say stuff that I wanted to say that I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why did I let so-and-so do X, Y, and Z? I should have
trample all over me.
This is a perfect, and this is so recent as in it just happened, and it kind of marries all of that. So when we were down in Miami, there was somebody that I was introduced to, and things were fine. And the next time I saw him, obviously at the dental festival, a lot of fun is had, a lot of alcohol consumption.
Yes.
And
the wine is flowing.
He called me a bitch. And I was totally, it just was, the whole situation was very bizarre. And it left me and the other person not really enthralled with this person anymore.
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Didn't talk to him.
Just out of the blue?
He was trying to say that we had like the same energy and that like, I can't remember the exact words, but it was basically like for a male, when it's like, yo, you got big dick energy. He was trying to say that to us as females, but it came across very like insulting and condescending. And so it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And it, I unfortunately kind of stewed on it. So I saw him or her, they at midwinter, and they went to go introduce themselves to me again. And I was like, oh, no, we've met. But unfortunately, I decided to grow a backbone and stand up for myself in front of people that like, just some kind of big people that like I shouldn't have been so aggressive in front of.
So act it out. What did you say when this guy goes, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, we've met.
Oh, we have?
Yeah, you call me a bitch. Don't you remember?
Oh,
Hey,
me.
wow.
Oh,
you were there, friend.
Was he apologetic
I
or was
caught,
he like,
I walked in
"Oh,
on that part when you go, you
Mm.
called me and I go, what the?
you were there?"
Yeah.
Carlos was there. It was on the bus.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll fill you in
I
later,
missed it.
Cindy.
Yeah, give me the down.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So
So-
your regret in that sense was that the people around you
wasn't-
probably
Yeah, it
heard
wasn't
that.
the right audience for me to kind of,
Understood. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Here's the thing. I can see why, because in hindsight, like on the surface, you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
Like,
But
wait,
you don't
hey,
know.
whoa.
This has probably been bothering her for 4 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
right.
now here we go again, and you're like, nah, not again, son. And it it
I'm
just
ready
came
for
out.
round
And,
2 this time.
You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It happened, and so everything's cool.
Yeah.
The air has been cleared.
Yeah,
And
we settled the air. It's fine. I apologize. We're actually now on just fine terms.
Okay.
Okay.
End
So,
of story. But sometimes you gotta let people know what you're thinking. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm genuinely a people pleaser. Like I really like to make people
Yeah.
happy, and I really don't like people to be upset with me. And
Right.
so
Me too.
sometimes when I get to that point where I'm ready to say something or stand up for myself,
Yeah.
it's been pent up for too long that it comes out way more aggressive than I meant for it to be.
You're
So-
like, I pulled out the sword when I only needed the dagger.
yes, exactly. Yes.
If I can change subject real quick,
Yeah.
how did you get involved with dental and that stuff? Are you in the industry too? This might be a dumb question. I should ask you this years ago, but are you a hygienist also, or?
No, I am not a hygienist. I have dental experience. I dubbed myself a glorified scrub tech in a very large cosmetic dental office when I was in college. So my mom,
Mhm,
being a hygienist, very busy practice. They needed somebody to come in, help sterilize instruments, develop
Gotcha.
film x-rays, whatever. So I did that.
Right.
And I did that for a couple years. And towards the end of it, the owner didn't have a dental assistant to help him. And in Pennsylvania, you can chairside train. So he's like,
Yeah.
Ashley, get in here and help me. So I go in, I have no idea what I'm walking into,
Uh-huh.
but I'm familiar with the setup. And he starts drilling into this tooth. I'm holding the suction, stuff starts flying in my face. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And so that was the end of it. So I've got
Yes.
my mom, and then my sister-in-law is an oral surgeon that owns a practice in Pittsburgh.
Sweet.
So
Okay.
I'm just kind of surrounded
You're
by
in.
dentistry.
Yeah,
Yes.
All right,
That's
cool.
awesome. But yeah, I get it. It's not cut out for everyone. Like my sister says she could never do it.
Yeah.
And
no,
she's a respiratory therapist and I could never do that. So
yeah,
there we
no,
go.
I can do blood and guts, but man, you start drilling into somebody's tooth and I don't
And
know.
pieces. Pew, pew.
Yeah, I just no. So I'm happy to be on this side of it.
Yes, I don't
gotcha.
blame you. Okay, so last one. This is a multiple part answer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna list 3 people. We've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Will Ferrell, and Bradley Cooper. You know who all 3 of those are.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have to marry one, kill one, and make out with one. Who are you gonna pick for each?
Okay. I would kill Will Ferrell.
Okay.
I would marry Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
And I guess that means I'd have to make out with Bradley Cooper.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's what I would do.
John's not looking. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a good answer. Okay, I think we can wind down. This has been really fun. We appreciate the upbeat, positive, humor filled moments with you. I think we were going on 45 minutes with you. So
It's
we
just easy and
totally
natural.
appreciate
We went longer than we expected.
it always
It's
it
like a
always
Sunday
happens.
morning, you know.
Yeah, it's like no, never mind.
But anyway, all right, we're not gonna keep you guys too long, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and it was great getting the crew
Yes.
back together. That picture with us 4.
Oh, that's so
me,
good. I
you,
posted it on our
Ashley,
page
and
already.
Joe. Yeah, I mean, I like that's gonna be one of those, like, remember when we took
Yes.
that.
That was
Ashley,
like day 1 first picture together the day things changed and we rocked the world,
It's
the dental world.
Things will never be the same.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love it. And we love you guys. And thank you so much for this, for having me on here. This is my first ever podcast.
What?
Yes.
You're a natural.
So,
Yeah,
this is
no, yeah.
fantastic. You guys made it so easy. You guys are always so easy to talk to and be in your company. So thank you.
It
All
was our
right. Well,
pleasure.
yeah.
Thanks for coming.
I mean, it's totally pleasure's all on our side. So thank you so much.
So check out the link in the notes and show OnDiem some love, guys, please. I think it's time has come for us to say
episode
farewell
173
and adieu. And we do it in a special way, Ashley. I think you know.
Yes.
I
A
know how it
special
is.
way.
Yes.
And I'm 3.
All right, everybody.
Everyone, please go floss
Go
yourselves.
floss
Go floss
yourselves.
I love it. It's so fun.
So stupid. Because we're at heart, we're 13-year-old boys. And so
Yeah.
it's just funny to us because it sounds like something naughty, but it's not.
Yes.
So
No, because you're
Children
supposed
would
to.
say, and I turned my head around so fast going, excuse me, what did you say?
I said floss. Floss. I'm all mom. I said floss. All right.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Ashley.
Thank you, guys.
Episode 173.
Have a great night. Take care.